don't know about you, but anytime Team USA plays, I become the most patriotic person on the planet. And I'm that time once again as the Women's World Cup is here and Team USA is trying to go for a three-peat. So if you're ready to know what's going on this Women's World Cup, make sure to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down because it's your thumb, and let's go ahead and get into it. The 2023 Women's World Cup starts on July 20th and goes to August 20th. This year's Women's World Cup is taking place in two countries, Australia and New Zealand. And if you don't know anything about the time difference between those two places, the East Coast in Australia is 14 hours, and the time difference between the East Coast and New Zealand is 16 hours. The way that the Women's World Cup works is that every team is put into a group with 3 other teams, making 4-team groups. You play in the group stage, guaranteed 3 games. And once you get past that round, then you move on to quarterfinals, semifinals, that situation. And for the first time, there are 32 countries/teams being played in the Women's World Cup, as it was moved from 12 to 16 teams in 1999 and then moved to 24 teams in 2015. The World Cup is being played in 10 venues, 5 in Australia, 5 in New Zealand, with Sydney, Australia hosting 2 venues. Now, this Women's World Cup is not only filled with great soccer potential, but also a lot of drama. As starting off with the prize money, this year's winner will receive $150 million, which is a 300% increase from the 2019 Women's World Cup. But the winner of the Men's World Cup received $440 million in last year's Men's World Cup that took place in Qatar. And that's not only the big issue that FIFA has to get over, as in May, they threatened to black out the games in most of Europe. This whole situation started in October of 2022 as FIFA rejected offers from Europe saying they were lowballing the World Games, as European broadcasters were not reaching the financial payment level that they wanted for them to broadcast the games in Europe. On the good side, both sides were able to reach an agreement in June, and now the games will be able to be showed in Europe. On the team side, you have Canada, who is openly fighting with their federation, as Canada's women's national team is looking for equal pay. Canada's president did resign after the Canadian women's national team went on strike during some of their friendly matches before the Women's World Cup. They are planning to participate, as who would give up a shot to play in the World Cup, but expect to see some of that same fiery passion you saw from Team USA in 2019, as Canada's basically trying to come out here and win and prove to their soccer federation that they deserve equal pay. And on Team USA side, we have it all. But the biggest thing that's gonna come in need for Team USA is the amount of injuries that they have suffered prior to the World Cup, as Becky Sauerbrunn, who appeared in 3 World Cups, announced she would not be able to participate in the game because of an injury that she is trying to recover from. And she is a big piece of the USA defense, as she was one of the captains. Mallory Swanson, who was a firehouse scorer for Team USA and only had 1 appearance before this, will also not be participating in the games, as she had an injury in April during one of their pre-World Cup matches. Caterina Marcerio, sorry if I said your name wrong, girlie, is a powerhouse midfielder, and this would have been her first appearance in a World Cup, but she is also out for injury. And just to keep bringing the house down, Megan Rapinoe announced that this will be her final World Cup, as she plans to retire after the NWSL season. But on the up and up note, we have a lot of young talent coming in for this year's World Cup, making some of their first appearances. One of the biggest faces of women's soccer right now is Alyssa Thomas at the age of 18, who is just taking the NWSL by storm and definitely will probably taking the world by storm by the end of the World Cup. Sophia Smith, a famous face at 22 years old and also the reigning NWSL MVP, who will be making one of her first appearances. Trinity Rodman, yes, like that Rodman, will be making her first appearance at the age of 21, who is a standout in college and definitely in the NWSL. And finally, you have Naomi Girma, who is 23-year-old, one of the more seasoned of these new faces we have coming up, as she already has 15 caps under her belt for Team USA. And if this has got you hyped up, Team USA's group stage games are on Friday, July 21st at 9 p.m., Wednesday, July 26th at 9 p.m., and their final group stage game is Tuesday, August 1st at 3 a.m. And all of these times are Eastern Standard Time, but the good part about soccer is they play 90-minute halves. So, you can just rest up in the first half and then get up a little earlier and watch the second half. Well, now that you're all prepared for this year's Women's World Cup, make sure to check out this playlist I have listed right here. That is just all about women's sports and how they work. As well as make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video, which are Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me know down in the comments below, are you excited about the Women's World Cup? Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down because it's still your thumb. And remember, don't be afraid to join the convo.